can be air pollution, it can be heavy metals, and we are not here to do a very scientific analysis. We are, what we want to do is we want to outline this problem, which is in a understandable for the political decision makers and the general public, so that they can make some measures. We are trying to outline some, we'll try to define the problem number one, and we are trying to give you some small solutions as such, which can be done at a small taluka level also. So this is what we are trying to work out. And as a this one, we would like to start our program with a small prayer. It will be followed by a lighting a lamp. Then we'll start our scientific session. Now I request Mr. Balamulli sir. He is a classical trained music teacher from Delhi Public School, and you will understand why I had asked him to come. Balamulli sir, it's your stage. And we thank one. It's a great effort, sir. Next, I'd like to start by before starting the thing. I talk about myself later. I'll not be much keen on this one. I just want to what exactly I'm trying to present. I just take few moments as such. I just need to yeah. See, we came up with a idea. It's not an idea basically, but the thing is, we have been on a as doctors, we have been on a defensive side. We do get patients asking us, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't have any much problems. Why I'm getting into health problems as such? We didn't had any answers. We understand. Yeah, we need to look at. It is not just the smoking. It's not just the alcohol which is causing, and we are talking about something called toxicity. This toxicity is a bigger term, and we would like to keep almost all the things. We are not just talking limiting ourselves to air pollution. We are talking about water pollution. We are talking about heavy food pollution and all that. And so my focus started working. I started working with environmental medicine. I started working with toxic particles or metals on a high these day things, and I was really happy looking at a something in US brought into our attention. This on the right side, what you are seeing, it's a walk which was they were talking about detoxing toxins in our body in our environment is equivalent to cancer in our bodies. And when we are taking these toxins out, we are seeing there is a big difference in the clinical outcomes what we are getting. I am here trying to give you a brief overview of what are the diseases which we are prevalent and what most of us, I'm talking about Hyderabad, is getting a name as a diabetic city, capital of diabetes. It's a diabetic capital now, sir. And I don't certainly feel we do get a lot of IITs, we do get a lot of IAS from Hyderabad city. We don't want to get a distinction in diabetes. We can certainly stop that particular stuff. A word of caution about toxicity. We are being told we have been taking this pollution from water and air as such. Food. These are the causes of toxicity. There was a study which was done for this was called 10 American study, and they found a newborn child having 287 toxins. So what I mean to say is that by the time we arrive in the world, I'm talking about the next generation, their bag is already full here. You just do something more, you are going to get into problem. So we need to take this particular toxicity seriously. because we had enough of things as such. In a newborn child with the umbilical cord, they were able to isolate 180 cancer-causing chemicals. The DDT was found. There was a neurotoxic elements were found. So as a kind of what we were trying to look as a responsible citizen, not just as a doctor, we see there is a silent epidemic which is brewing up. Everyone starts talking in a hushed way. थोड़ा diabetes आ गया, mild diabetes, mild BP, something we need to understand because we are slowly getting into a real tough situation as such. And it is not just that thoda, it is a physiology which matters as such. And I am here trying to show you this just picking up the incidence of diabetes is this much or hypertension is this much not going to be enough. We need to find out the cause of why this is. I'll take a simple example of diabetes. And being Hyderabad being a diabetic capital, we have found out 5 different ways by which the diabetes is being on a all-time rise. We talk about rice. Rice has got double distinction. The soil with which in which the rice is made as such, the paddy fields and all that, they are all laced with cadmium. They are all laced with arsenic. So what we are getting is in the rice, inside the rice, the seeds and all that, you are getting trace of arsenic. I'll try to show my study what we have done. And overall, rice is being stored in FCI godowns and all that. They put some chemicals like Aloxan into that to see that it's a pest-free should be there. Aloxan kills pancreatic cells as such. There is a thing called bisphenols. This is water bottle. And the thing is, this is a big. We are using this water bottle, but we are not properly disposing this water bottle. Disposing of water bottles, which numbers are given and all that. We need to see that this is being dumped in garbage, and somebody lights up all the debris, and it is a really toxic concoction. So here are some of the studies which showed. I can always go, I'll try to go fast. This was meant for some of the doctors and all that. I can always tell you arsenic in drinking water, this study was done in Michigan, and they showed as less than 10 micrograms was enough to cause diabetes. And there are studies in this one, Sweden and Bangladesh, arsenic exposure causing high levels of diabetes. There is a arsenic from where we are getting the arsenic. It is in the vegetables, it is in the fruits, sir. Even in the chicken, you add something like arsenic as a growth stimulant. What broiler chicken you are getting, everything is being laced with arsenic. So really, it's a tough answer to most of the patients. They ask Dr. Garu, you tell not to use this, not to use that. Then what we should eat as such? It's a really tough question. We can't really answer that. So diabetes has been, there were a lot of studies which showed a simple thing like a dioxin. Dioxin is this particular thing called TCDD, and there is a Vietnam veteran study was done. And they also showed diabetes is on the high levels in that particular. I was talking about bisphenol, this plastic water bottle, if not properly disposed and all that, it is burned, it gets into your system and all that. It's one of the #1 cause of obesity. Whatever childhood obesity is what we are seeing now, baby, we are seeing that Murphy baby is talking about very chubby cheeks and all that. Thanks to the Johnson products, we are getting this particular stuff as such. Because we really doesn't know how to use that plastic water bottles. We are using hot water. We used to, I remember, we used to use a hot water to see that that Johnson baby bottle is being properly sterilized. So this is big no-no for things as such, because this is one thing which is causing obesity, and the further one is the diabetes as such. I will just briefly talk about what are the environmental factors of heart disease. I have seen umpteen number of cases. He said, doctor, I don't smoke, I don't go for a daily walk, I am active, and how come I got blocks, I'm not able to understand. There are a lot of areas. It is not just the cholesterol. We are working on air pollution, we're working on drinking water hardness, mercury, arsenic, and lead. I'll just show one by one small thing. There was an area in Taiwan which was called there a certain new disease erupted. That disease was called Blackfoot of disease in Taiwan, sir. Later it was found that the people drinking water from that particular well, they started developing blackfeet. I now, in my practice, I have so many people coming with blackfeet. They start appearing with small dots and all that. So this particular Blackfoot disease was studied, and they had shown this arsenic was the real culprit, and it started causing thickening of the arteries also. And we see this as an epidemic in Hyderabad and almost all metros, sir, as such. We had, I will show you my study. I'll show the samples what we have done as such. And again, coming to see, these are all the studies which help us as such. These are all the epidemiological studies. What happened was after cessation of water drinking from that particular well, all these diseases started. There was a decline in the particular thing, sir. And even there was a study of about 1,000 odd people, and about 2 parts per billion. You can just think. I can always tell you in Hyderabad, the levels are more than 30 parts per billion in any sample you take. Even you take this particular sample. So all these things and all that, they need to be looked into a proper perspective. Lead toxicity has caused more levels of problem. There is we used to tell about all of us. I was really happy, Justice Subhash Reddy Garu. He started asking me, what is the role of this vitamin D? Now we know vitamin D is a a bystander, sir. The high levels of lead are there, the vitamin D goes down. Whatever we do to increase the vitamin D, it doesn't fit well, because this is the lead which occupies the place where calcium needs to be there. It says for calcium, he says, no, you don't go, I'll go, because he's a heavy metal tox. So this is what happens at the thing as such. See, I'm trying to work out on some of the areas as such. We had seen lots of people between 40 and 55, 60 having a lot of stents and all that, lot of coronary vascular disease and all that. So the study, what we made us to infer was all the people who had driven Bajaj Chetak scooters and all that, because that time, what I'm talking about scooters and all that, there were no regulations. They were nothing like lead-free petrol. It has come 10 years back. Before that, this was a thing. And that is one of the things which has caused a major epidemic, which has resulted in a lot of heart disease among our group as such. They always, when we go into the Western literature and other people, they say, no, Southeast Asia, you are more prone for diabetes and all that. We are more prone for cardiac disease. And the fact is, we are making ourselves prone. Our generation, our great-grandfather never had this kind of problems. So these are the things which are which is it's causing a thing, because as simple as a diesel exhaust can land you into blocks into the heart. You go for a angiography and you see the things and all that. This is the study, and I was maybe I somehow there was a group which followed up people having a myocardial infarction, heart attack. They studied the nails and hairs for mercury. All of them, they got high levels of mercury. It's not an association, it's one of the causative factors as such. And this is sources of mercury are multiple. We would like to show these particular things to our esteemed guests who are expected. MCH Commissioner as well as Kalyan Chakravarti is going to come. We would like to raise this issue of environmental pollution, of heavy metals, how your dental amalgams can cause leach and causes problems as such. Needless to say, I can always run on my slides. I just want to show you my study as such. There is, Dr. Arnanthi is going to talk about the air pollution and all that. I'd not like to get into that. But now we understand the the particulate matter 2.5, what is there. It has got something very trace heavy metals and all that. So you don't have to smoke anything. It is coming as a free access. I'll show you my apparatus where we have done air pollution monitoring. We have done it here also. In the room, it is around 60, 67 or something like that. And you go on the road, it is about 120 plus. PM 2.5. Somebody can show that this piece as such. We started doing some survey in schools and all that. We went to the school and tried to look at what is this levels as such. So this is a definite it's a. I'll come down to my study. I think I just because of the thing I just wanted to give a brief idea, because we used to understand as a doctor. It took me so much time. We used to understand pollution, toxicity, heavy roads congestion. It is only the lungs which are involved. It's not just the lungs. It is more than that. Your causative process of diabetes, hypertension, cancer. I'm really happy. Kalyan Chakravarti, he said he's going to talk about cancer and environment. IAS person, he's talking about that. I'm really happy. So what we did as a kind of work, I took up 19 patients. I can always tell about the patients. Most of them are diabetics. Most of them are having double vessel or triple vessel disease. 5 of them were having cancers. So 2 of them were having psoriasis. And we just checked out what is their water supply. We told them, you get your water. In the home, whatever water you are using, you get them. I checked for some of the areas, the samples were done, and this were the results as such. And we did water kind of thing, and we took the rice also. The rice, not boiled rice, we just took that particular stuff. And hair and nail analysis, blood, hair and nail analysis were done for the mercury and all that in mostly all post MI patients as such. And they were tested. Water and soil also was tested. And we looked at the hardness of the water and all that. Even fish also was tested in 2 people. Interestingly, that's 2 people. They were fish eaters. They belonged to Bengal and all that. And we were concerned about fish eating. What exactly is this? So the samples what we took for the blood as such showed high levels of mercury, and hair content also was showing 6 parts per million. And it says the normal is around 6, but most of the samples, particularly hypertension and diabetics, they had high levels of it, sir. And the most of the, needless to say, almost patient come to me, Dr. Garu, ikkada mantalu untadi, you get tingling numbness here, you get some kind of strange sensations. And when we ask them, we go into that. Most of the people in Hyderabad, there's a tough common complaint. Kaal gunstunnai means they get cramps all. And it did not require a rocket science to figure out what is happening. Most of the people who are living in the apartments, who are using high levels of RO water and all that, they are lacking in something called calcium. When we do a filtration and all that, all calcium and magnesium is getting out as a, we are not, the moment we put calcium and magnesium and all that, these things goes off, sir. Maybe I'll come to it later, because we thought it's a capsule actually. I'll stick to my things as such. So water drawn from a borewell water. I'd like to ask any one of us, means I had, see, I'm a Pakka Hyderabadi. 30 years back, there were no borewell waters. Used to have a very rare phenomenon as such. Now we have every borewell water which goes about 1,000 feet as such. We used to have only surface water, 20 feet down. All these borewell waters have contaminated the whole ecosystem. Even the surface water, whatever things and all that. So the hardness of the water is high. Even the arsenic content and all that is high. Arsenic, we found arsenic in the water is around 1.1 is the permissible limit. We found it is more as such. So just now my person has done again in this one. It's a good news that the inside PM 2.5 particulate matter less than 2.5 microns is 0.38. It's 38 when PM10 is 64. The US standards are less than 15, madam. In US, in indoor, if that PM 2.5 is more than 15, it is not allowed. You need US in this room. 25. Sir? US is 25. 15, sir.
India is
India 65. India 65. I'll show you, Babra, sir. US people are smart people. They would like to do all things and all that. This and okay, fine. I'll come back to what is I mean by this PM 2.5 and PM 10. This is the normal study. We don't want to reveal the areas and all that. People will get petrified. These are the levels as such. And just want to tell you the hair, the thickness of the hair. You can understand this is the fine beach and this is the hair. That the diameter of the hair is 50 to 70 microns, and this is 2.5, less than 2.5. You can hardly see. None of the masks and all that, whatever you keep, are going to work. Delhi had the worst nightmare. People have reported more than 400, I believe. So the course of the particles and all that, okay, this is still can be worked out with this one as such, and we'll like to listen from Dr. Anant and others. How they are going to handle with this. So this was the statistics of 15 micrograms per meter cube. And maybe it is a 25 with some other thing as such. But what I believe is this is a very significant thing. And every 10 microgram increase in particulate matter cause mortality between this is the frightening statistics. Heart attacks by 44%. So the person who is having in a place where he is living, he doesn't have access to a air condition and all that. He is going into a rough weather was. His probability of getting heart disease, lung cancer and all that are all-time high. We'd like to, there was a role in Kodaikanal mercury pollution also. Whatever study we have done here, it was done in a domestic place. It was not done in an industrial area. I'll compare with the industrial area. What happened with the Kodaikanal experiment? It was not an experiment, but there was a thermometer factory which used to, inflection, there is a lot of mercury which was thrown out into the things as such, sir. And finally it was, I'll not go into the levels and all that. Finally what happened was the mercury thermometer of HL was closed. And even after 4 years, after 18 years after the closure, still the mercury levels are very high. They have not done enough thing as such. So all the fish, people, there are a lot of mental retardation cases came on from the in and around that place as such. And another thing we would like to know from the policymakers is what is the mercury plan of action, because we somehow as doctors we talk about mercury, we still have a mercury thermometer, we still have a mercury BP apparatus. We have to face them out. What are the things which we are going to do? Here government has to come into a big picture as such. So another impending problem we understood was it's a matter of grave significance, in the sense we had realized the childhood vaccines which were having mercury was phased out in US after in 1999. There was a report was placed in American Academy of Pediatrics, and there was a thing called IOM, and these people, they phased out mercury from the vaccines. And this kind of thing was not yet done in India. We still do get mercury in the vaccines, and I can tell you, when we were fortunate enough to work in areas where there is autism, ADHD and other things and all that, we understand just by removing the mercury, the child is getting better. But this is one area, this vaccination, if has got some mercury, it's a big going to be disaster. The biggest disaster, I'll take another 5 minutes from you. This was the biggest disaster which was noted, and I would like to keep things open for the forum as such. This was called Minamata's disease. What happened? History was, in a Minamata, there was a factory which opened up. Just like Madam was telling me, there is a factory which was getting opened in Vizag. And the people prospered. They were producing acetaldehyde, and for production of acetaldehyde, they used mercury chloride. And it went on very well. But what they did was they were trying to throw up that waste water, whatever things and all that, into the river, into the this one water body. So what happened was in 1956 there was a 5-year-old girl which was examined, and she had a symptoms of difficulty walking, speaking, and convulsions. Now you see in our pediatric things how many kids are having this problem. Uh, Later, they discovered this is some unknown disease of mystery disease of nervous disorder, and they started working on this particular thing. And it didn't require again a big Sherlock Holmes to know what is happening as such. They could figure out there was some this factory used to manufacture acetaldehyde. They have not done it proper this one as such. So I don't want to go into all the details and all that. But what I can tell you for certain is there were some people, they started working on this, and they finally were able to stop this particular thing, that water discharge was done in a proper way. And after some years, congenital Benamata's disease came as such. Whatever water was discharged inside and all that, all the fishes, they started taking that. And we used to, as doctors, we used to tell healthy mothers, expectant mothers, that's pregnancy, oh, you should take fish, it's good for your baby as well, things and all that. All of those people, fish, I'll give you a very clear cut this one. It's take it with a word of caution. We have tested fish, two fishes here, marl as well as one more rohu kind of thing. High levels of mercury, boss. I will not advise anybody going for that. So, yes, I thought I'll just, because I thought we need this pollution control board, so many things to look into this. How can we, oh, the summary of this impact of in Minamata disease was, there was drastic drop in the fishing sales, joblessness, and the negative image of city of pollution came to that Minamata place. And already I think we have acquired negative image of country of pollution as India. We are not lagging behind China. China used to be the most polluted country before. Now I think we are giving a run of this one as such. So I just want to put across a thing. We are in India. We are in the same situation. What was Minamata that in 60s and all that, and what are the things which we are trying to cover up. And I think I had I have taken I wanted to because context was very very essential. I'm just trying to focus on we are trying to treat patients who come with a mercury toxicity, who come with some kind of things. But if this particular thing goes on and on, we cannot really handle the situation and all that. With this brief, it was not a brief anyhow, but I'd like to invite Subhashan Reddy Garu. And Subhashan Reddy Garu is, as all of you know, he is a present Lok Ayukta, Telangana government. He was the ex-Chief Justice of Tamil Nadu. His interest in health-related topics are worth mentioning. I have been sitting with sir for some time. I am really happy. He tells me of vitamin B12 deficiency. He started telling me before vitamin D deficiency. He has got a great insight on health as such. And sir, I know you have to leave as such, but 10 minutes, if you can just spare us. From here only? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a great kind of initiative. And we are really keen. We thought Kalyan is going to talk something about cancer, and he has done a lot of work on cancer and environment as such. We'll tell Kalyan Chakravarti so that we'll do it after some time. So we will definitely do a joint collaboration, something like that. Somehow we thought they were, Judge Garu has, we want to give the mementos. May I invite Kingshuk Nagji to give the memento to Justice Subhashan Reddy Garu. Sir, please, Kingshuk Nagji. I'll put the question answer session later, madam, because he has endometriosis and your work on dioxins and all that. This is all published data, what she has done. Sir, madam, you can just.
Really honored, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. May I now invite Dr. Satish, diabetologist, a young diabetologist, I say. And when I met him for the first time, he said he wants to eradicate diabetes, and he always has kind of thing. Can you just give a moment to Srinivas Garu, EPTRI? I invite Dr. Sandhya Rani, madam. Please come. Dr. Sandhya Rani has done a lot of work. She's a gynecologist. She's practicing, she knows a lot of environmental medicine. Can you just hand over to Ms. Karuna Gopal, please, madam? Yeah. She has done, in Vizag also, she has done a good kind of contribution to this particular thing. And she is instrumental in, there was a paints factory which was supposed to come in and around Vizag. She is instrumental in stopping that particular, this one as such. Monica Saxena, can you just come forward? Yeah. Dinesh. A moment to Dinesh Kumar, a scientist NIN. Monica happens to be my other half, better half as such. Better off, always better off. Yeah. Dr. Asim Bhatnagar, I would like you to come up on the stage, sir. Dr. Asim Bhatnagar is like, he has got a Asim, this one. He is a scientist working for INMAS, and I would like him to honor. Yes, sir, he's your junior, but you have to give him a kind of thing. Anand Narayan Bhatt, you deserve the things. There are some people who has left the thing as such. Dr. Baburao has gone. I think he was, he's there, just call him. And King Shuknak ji, please, you have to come, sir. Ek baar aa jaiye aage. Yeah, you can take moment also. Your name was there, sir. Please come, please come. Yeah, sir, please come. Dinesh ji, honor, give a honor to. Sir, Dr. Baburao, I'll just give you a small this one. Already, sir has told whatever you had that particular thing, Dabar children and all that. He says he's going to take up that issue. So, yeah, please give a note. Please write a letter to him, because I somehow felt judiciary is the ultimate boss. Sir, we will all strive to work in this particular thing. एक हिंदी में एक वर्ड है, एक बूंद से घड़ा बढ़ता है. So these are all the thing is, I am really happy to have all of you on this platform, sir, and I hope we should do some more. Keep on and on. He came in a very short notice, sir. At the moment I told him, he just said, yes, I'm there. And we will just open up for questions and wrap up. Anybody has some questions, please, we have all the forum. Sir, please. Sir. Sir.
Hello. My name is Engineer Giri. I am basically JITU students. I am a postgraduate. I work as in the electricity board as superintendent engineer. I took the voluntary retirement. We formed a Prerana voluntary organization. On this basis of the Prerana voluntary organization, most of all the states we toured in India and in foreign countries like America, Japan, and also. Particularly in India, we attended so many seminars, workshop like this. And we discussed so many things about this, like subjects today, what we spend here from 2 to 6 p.m. But still, I experienced, when I moved in the rural sector, the things what we are discussing in the workshop, bringing something, the result, how much percentage is reaching to the rural sectors? That is a big question for us. When we conducted in the Delhi, near about the all the Indian states scientist programs, so many resolutions we passed. But the percentage, it was very, very well reduced. The result of these seminars.
Sir, I'll like to add one thing, sir. one thing which I would like to add is it is one thing is media. See how fast the ads catches up. You don't have to really. They start looking at the TV and they want that particular Maggi masala only, because it's the power of ad as such, and it is already duly translated in Telugu and vernacular languages and every part of the thing. Nirma ghar ghar mein Nirma. How it happened? That sort of thing can always come, sir. We have to strive for it.
That's correct.
Yes.
The final goal is the results of the intellectuals, the result of our thinking should reach to the common man in the rural sector.
Sir,
That is the goal.
collectively
Now
children,
only
sir.
here, sorry, now only I heard, a few days back one paper announced that you should not eat the yellow from the egg. After 4 days, one more paper says, not you must eat full egg. And one more paper says that the senior citizen should not eat the egg. So what you said is correct, sir. So my final request to the judge, submission and request also, because you know who is the poor in our nation. So he should be benefited from our brains.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, thank you, sir, because you brought a very important issue. Now, I told you, sir, first sentence, we are evolving the system. In the evolving, now FSSAI is going to start the awareness program. These awareness programs have been titled as outreach programs. And you are one NGO, sir. You take that outreach program, we give 25,000 rupees to you. You take a district or a village, we will come and advise.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, Dr. Naveen.
Sir,
Naveen.
1 minute. I'll just finish.
Naveen, you have any closing comments? You are going to get a memento. You had done some work, as well as first of all, you should Gopal Krishna Garu. He is also a kind of very enthusiastic guy. Why did you come forward? And you have to give him a memento.
Two things.
Memento to first you take the memento.
Two things
Ram,
I want to finish, sir.
Please,
because
first.
All eminent speaker dignitaries. Before that, the concluding part with the permission of the chair. Sir, we forgot one person name while we started. Dr. T. Venkatesh, he is called a lead man of India. We are talking about all lead related things. Tuppali Venkatesh. We forgot. Because of him, I am Saxena is there with here. That. Second thing is, whatever we have discussed, I am providing a media. Media is there. I am providing a medium through a journal. See, we run a journal. We publish. With the published article, I appeal to sir, once after we plan to release a souvenir, next session. With that data was asked by Baburao sir and Dinesh sir. So data we will be providing through the medium of journal. Ours is an index as per MCA guidelines that is on the cover page of the notepad. Please kindly, any data is there, please send to us so that we can publish and involve the government as well as others. And finally, after this, as eminent speakers, I would like to request everyone on behalf of Dr. Saxena sir that those who are actively interested will register one society, because the fire is here now. Register one society. By that bylaw, under the honorable guidance of justice, we can go back with the medical experts who are come over here. Even though I am a dentist, everyone are talking about air pollution we inhale, but what we eat. So dentists, don't ignore a dentist, please. Thank you.
Thanks. Naveen, thanks. Naveen, can you just pass it to Sandhya Kumar? Dr. Garu, your question.
Very pleased with Dr. Anand's presentation, very useful and excellent. But I just wanted to ask you that you have presented on air pollution. Is it an atmospheric pollution too?
Yes, ma'am, because
But that's okay. But you have said, you also mentioned the name as atmospheric pollution. I want to ask that radiation pollution from cell towers, mobile towers, are not coming under atmospheric pollution
no, it is coming because see,
because there
that
was
is
not even on a single occasion. It
right.
was.
I see that that's a completely.
we conducted a cell phone disaster,
Yeah.
and we called up Dr. Girish Kumar, professor,
Yeah, yeah.
and we had a full 1 hour session, madam. The
Yes.
next time we are going to do. I just wanted to add few more things as such. What
Yeah.
are the ideas which we can go back? What is the take-home message? See, we need cleaner fuel, vehicular technologies. No old vehicles can be, 15 years old vehicles can be scrapped.
That's right.
And flexible office hours, work from home, carpooling, can always look at that particular slides, madam. Odd even formula can help Hyderabad city also. As I reiterated, ban on 15 years vehicles should be a must. Diesel vehicles are a big no as such. And there are few other things which I was thinking of that. We need to put public transport system in a proper way. What is being already happening in Hyderabad, it is a very pure thing. And they need a air purifiers at the major junctions. In Panjagutta, in area like Parade, that place and all that, then you need a big air purifiers so that they can. Yeah, and the other thing which I just want to add particular thing is you need to control pollution by producing brick kilns and industrial coal burning around that place. What I mean to say is around Vizag, around that coastal belt, you have got all these power plants, and all these power plants they emit mercury and a lot of things as such, which are big problems as such. You can always go for a clean tandoor community kitchen service. And we, in fact, in our clinic also, we had provided something called mist fans. Mist fans are one thing which are going to bring down the PM 2.5 as well as PM 10 kind of thing. Mist fans are now slowly catching up. We need to have mist fans in all public places, all kind of stuff. Mist fan is one thing, and the other thing I just want to add particular thing is you need to have good plants around. This is one of the buying plants like date palm and bamboo palm is a very good effective indoor cleanser as such. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good stuff actually. We need to really work on that. Mist fan I was talking about it. These are few of my.
In
I just
90,
tried working
Dr.
out that.
Anant, about pollution, you said about the pollution. In 1998, when I was working in Ministry of Health, Brunei, there was a large pollution in Borneo Islands. It went to Singapore and to the Brunei, and the entire city was invisible. So all doctors were advised not to take leave, and the schools were given off. So at that time, we were all wearing the masks, including all the children, invisible to drive the car on the roads to go to the hospital. So what I want, they all advise us to purchase an air purifier. So I bought at that time emergency air purifier. So I don't know whether it is available now here or something like that. To come back to the radiation pollution, what we are doing here in Hyderabad, every cell in the dense location on the rooftops, including the large hotels, there were several antennas and cell towers are there. And there are so many breast cancers are there, and you are talking about for the last 15 years radiation pollution, miscarriages are there. And so many cancer cases are there in the large population, especially in Hyderabad. Within 2 years, you see everywhere on the rooftop 1 or 2 antennas. How to control it, how to prevent it, how to take care of it. Thank you very much.
We will form a society, ma'am, and we are
Madam,
definitely going up for a.
I think we plan to form a society. That's what sir is saying. So under the leadership of law makers, we can just go through that. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Last, बीबी मेहता जी wants to give him आप कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे सर?
बिल्कुल. Good evening to everybody. I am friend to Dr. Praveen Saxena, like his father. He is the medical horsepower in Hyderabad market. He is doing excellent service for the medical profession. All the discussions we had today evening, we have a concept, I am a homeopath, totality. So we look at the constitution from all points of view. So this pollution factor, it has to be looked from various angles. Because how it affects, because it is the metabolic equilibrium which controls our body. Once that equilibrium is disturbed, you get disease. So metabolic equilibrium will be affected by all those things, all the pollutions going on in the atmosphere. So now we have to think about, we can't stop the development, but we have to think about how to prevent ourselves. So now, as per Vedic life, we have a lot of things. I request Dr. Saxena to go into details. Our eating habits, our living habits, our daily routine, our sleeping habits, these are all the things connected to our metabolic equilibrium. And if we don't disturb that, health doesn't go bad. So all these things are very important. I'm very happy everybody has given very excellent explanation for the pollution. But how to get out of the pollution, you have to think about the shield, because pollution is not going to stop, it will increase. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Mehta ji. We, as usual, we keep talking. आपका phone आता है तो other people say, अरे 15-20 मिनट क्या बात करते हो? But we always learn from you, your knowledge, sir. And now I'll ask Monica Saxena as well as my son Manas Kumar Saxena, who has come after a match. He said, I'm not going to miss this. So they are going to propose a vote of thanks to the esteemed guests as team delegates, and yeah.
Yeah, hello, good evening, one and all. It's my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks for this splendid evening. At the outset, I would like to thank all the delegates for participating in this event. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all the speakers for making their mark in today's event and sharing their views for toxicity with us. Last but not the least, I want to thank all the support staff and all the people involved behind the scene for working, for making this event a grand success. It's rightly said by Martin Luther King, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl, but always keep moving. Thank you.